What's going on, everybody? Today, like you know, we have special guest Cody Law, former wrestling collegiate wrestler. Cody Law is joining us down in his car. Mr. Cody Law, how are you doing today, my friends?
What's going on, man? I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing well. So I know I first of all I appreciate you joining us from down in the middle of nowhere. How are you doing today?
Yeah, man. I'm good. All good. Can you
All
hear
right,
me? I
cool.
feel like I'm
So
breaking up.
we have you joined today. I can hear you.
Okay,
Can you
good.
hear me all right?
Yeah, I hear you.
All right, cool. So like I said, you're joining us from the middle of nowhere, fresh off your Bellator debut. First of all, talk to us a little bit about that. How are you feeling? You're only in there for roughly, I want to say a minute as a rough guess, but how are you feeling off that professional debut?
Yeah, I feel good. It was 2 minutes, I guess, 2.5 minutes, I think. And as soon as I was done, I wanted to get back in there, man. It was really, really a good experience for me. So I can't stop thinking about it. I'm ready to fight again as soon as they can give me a fight. So feeling good, man.
So I guess this is a little wild question, but you have the experience now, but you made your professional debut. But if we think back a little bit, you had your wrestling experience, but that amateur debut, was it almost similar to the experience as the professional one?
No way. I was actually way, way, way more calm for this. My amateur debut was like the first fight I've ever been in my whole life. So my heart was pounding. Um, I was the first fight of the night as well there, but it was an outdoor event, and all my friends and family were there. So it was like that was the moment. Like, am I a fighter or not? I didn't know, and all my
Mhm.
friends were there to watch me, and I could have failed in front of them. You know what I mean? And not been a real fighter. But so this time around, I was really confident, and I was not nervous at all, and it was a much better experience for me.
So I'm sure you still knew they were still watching you, but they weren't actually present in the arena. So did that like take weight off your shoulders a little bit?
No, now I was glad everyone was watching me because I now at this point I know where I stand. I know what my skills are, and I knew I was gonna win. So I was the more people that said they were watching, the better because I was excited to show everybody how hard I've been working and how much better I've gotten, even since the last fight.
Yeah. So I want to throw things back all the way to that wrestling career. So you collected millions and trillions of accolades in the wrestling world. But talk to me. Was it like the basic wrestling story? You were with your dad when he was wrestling or something. How'd you get into wrestling?
No, so I didn't really wrestle too much as a kid. I was just kind of like I would go to practices and stuff, but I was not very good, and I was gonna quit wrestling in seventh grade. I was like not gonna actually officially wrestle, and I had a junior high school coach. His name was Mr. Brandis, and I was a very shy, timid kid, and he heard I wasn't gonna wrestle, and he like put his arm around me in school in the hallway one day and was like, "Hey, you need to wrestle. Like you're gonna wrestle." And I was like so shy and timid that I was just agreed to it. And and then through that, I met my one of my best friends, Benny Reger, and he was like the star. He was like the guy, and I was kind of inspired by him. He was really popular. He was a great wrestler, and I wanted to be like him. So I started going to Young Guns that same season, and that's when things really took off for me. I decided I really wanted to do this, and so in seventh grade was like the first year that I really started wrestling and going to club practices and competing regularly. And from there, I mean, I was terrible for years, up until like maybe my sophomore year. I was terrible, sophomore and junior year. But I just stuck with it, man. I was in love with it. I really wanted to be the best, and I had a lot of failure and a lot of adversity and rough years and embarrassment. But in the end, it worked out. I stuck with it and reached my goals.
In my opinion, I think of it as this way: if you weren't to see that guy and be inspired by him, you wouldn't be where exactly you are today. So do
Yeah.
you like appreciate that like a million times, like I said before?
Oh yeah, dude. I go back through my life all the time before bed and in certain moments where things are quiet and look at all the different pivotal moments in my life and pivotal people that have got me to where I'm at today. Without this guy and this guy and this friend and this person and this failure and this adversity and these moments of embarrassment. Without all those, I wouldn't be where I am. I wouldn't be and the person I am. So I'm grateful and appreciative of all those people and all those moments, good or bad. even the bad people, even the people that laughed at me and told me I wasn't going to be anything or whatever. Like, I'm appreciative of them as well because they motivated me. And yeah, think about that stuff a lot.
Yeah, so through your wrestling career, you've had ups, you've had downs. What's that one moment that will forever stick with you in your wrestling career that you will just never forget?
Winning a PIAA state championship my senior year was like the best day of my entire life. And then winning a national championship my senior year in college for Pitt Johnstown was another one of those moments. That was like the next best day of my life. As I got older, that was the number one most important thing. So those two moments were like everything to me. Those are lifelong dreams. So, and then of course now fighting my first professional fight in Bellator was another big day for me, a big dream of mine realized.
Yeah, so talk to me here. You've been training with American Top Team, and you also train with the Mat Factory Wrestling Club. Is
Yep.
ATT the new home, or what's going on there?
Yeah, we're all working together. I mean, I'm doing most of my training at ATT, but like right now when I'm in Pennsylvania, I come home and I train at Mat Factory. I train at Southside Boxing Club and Taekwondo Ameris with my hometown coaches. We're all still a team. It was never a thing where it was like, guys, I'm leaving you. I told them
Mhm.
about the opportunity I had, and they were like, the first thing every single one of them said was go, go. There was no brainer because they want the best for me. So and then they know, at American Top Team, it's 24/7 training with the best guys in the world. Loads of partners, loads of opportunity. So I had my Mat Factory Wrestling Club, Isaac Greeley, in my corner. Now they're
Okay.
developing a relationship with American Top Team, and it's all just working out really nicely. So I've got both the best of both worlds.
Yeah, so you got Jorge Masvidal training down there, and I saw that one video where he talked about the kind words that he mentioned about you. How cool is it to see that since you moved down there, he really
Yeah,
recognized who you are and the potential you have.
yeah, it was really cool, man. It was like a surreal moment almost for me, just because I spent a lot of time on the couch watching UFC fights and Bellator fights and watching George Masvidal fights, and then to train with them and then to see that, it was really nice of him. That video was the whole series of videos were for him. He didn't have to make it anything about me, so that was really cool. He's been a great guy to me, and he's helped me a lot since I've been down there. So I'm super happy with getting to have a relationship with George as well.
Yeah, so if we go back to talking about your Bellator career, we have these Bellator up and comers like we talked about off camera. Jalen Bates, unfortunately, you weren't able to catch that with the service. But is there anyone you have eyes on in the Bellator featherweight division?
Uh, all of them, I guess. Whoever they give me, I'm just gonna take it one fight at a time. But I don't really focus on that too much. I'm focused on myself, and I know that what I'm doing is gonna get the job done. So whoever they give me, as the progression goes, I'll get them all.
Yeah, so we're gonna take your mind off fighting for just a second, but this is still very important. So you got to really focus and think about this one. All right. So you're in a zombie apocalypse. What items are you using only when I say only, I mean only from the bathroom? What items are you using to get out of this zombie apocalypse?
From the bathroom,
Only the bathroom, yeah.
only from the bathroom. Definitely a bottle of soap, maybe a square bottle of soap, squirting zombies' eyes. I would say there's nothing worse than soap in the eyes, so that's my number one choice. Would be maybe a shower rod and a bottle of
Okay.
soap. Yeah.
So you gotta pick one though, the shower rod or the bottle of
Oh, it's
soap.
one or the other. The soap,
Yeah.
man. Soap. Yeah, soap. It's got to be soap.
Okay, but what happens if you run out of the soap?
Then I have my fist.
There's a lot of zombies in the zombie apocalypse.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Fair enough. All right.
Maybe there's a gun in the bathroom. I'll just do that. I don't know. This is not something I think about very often.
All right. I know that's why I was just testing your knowledge, making sure
Yeah.
maybe that'll happen
Well,
one day. You got the soap. Now you're
now I'll
prepared.
be thinking about it. Now I'm ready for it. Thank you.
All right, I gotta prepare you.
Yeah.
All right, so when I was watching your fights last Friday, I believe it was, you have that nice. I don't know if it's Japanese or Chinese. I don't want to really. I don't understand what it means. But talk to me. You have to know what that means, correct?
The Japanese
All right.
tattoo
At
on my
least I hope
chest?
you know. I know you know what it means.
No, I
Yeah.
have no
Yeah.
idea. No idea.
Really?
No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
It's just
Yeah, I
there to
know what
look
it means.
cool.
It's Japanese. I got it when I was young. I was a big George. I mean, I'm still am a big George St. Pierre fan. But when I was young, I uh,
Hmm.
I always wanted one like that, like what he had. So I got it whenever I was pretty young. But I still love it. It's still one of my favorite tattoos.
Is there actually like a meaning behind like the letters or the if it's a word?
Yeah,
I'm not actually sure.
yeah. It's just one word. It's just the symbols mean sacrifice.
Okay,
You know,
that's cool.
like discipline, sacrifice. You know, like you sacrifice a lot to be where you're at. It's still I got it when I was young and I was didn't fully understand what it meant to sacrifice, but now that I'm older, it kind of fits well because I sacrifice a lot to reach my goals and to live the life that I want to live. So it still kind of rings true to me, and I like it a lot.
Yeah, so there's a lot going on in the world right now. A lot of people are focused on this election thing, but I saw you got a picture with Donald Trump Jr. So yeah, talk to me. How cool was that moment?
It was cool, man. It was everything is just happening so fast in my life these last I don't know 5 6 months, and one day I'm at home in quarantine, the next day I'm shaking hands with Donald Trump Jr., the president of the United States' son. So it was a cool moment, you know. But anymore, man, the way my life has been going the last couple months, it's nothing is like whoa. It's all just like yeah, this is happening, you know. So when I heard that he was coming and I was gonna get to meet him, I was like, great, this is cool, you know. But I'm not surprised.
Kind of almost a Nate Diaz quote there. That was
Yeah,
close.
yeah,
All right, so does that one handshake kind of side you on the Donald Trump side, or what's going on there?
of course, yeah. That's all it took. He followed me on Instagram, so I had to. I had to vote. You know, I had to be on Trump's side, right?
Oh, so you have to now.
Yeah, I have to. If
There's
he
no
follows me,
choice
man.
now.
Yeah, yeah. That's how they win over them votes. They follow you on Instagram.
Don't tell the secret. Now everyone knows.
Nah, that's okay.
All right, so we got these two last questions for you, but this one here, like you said, it's been a crazy 2020. You've had a lot of moving around, a lot of training. But talk to me. Sum up your 2020 in a couple minutes here.
Um, quarantine and American Top Team, South Florida, Bellator debut, signing. You know, it's been a lot. It's been a lot. I don't really know how to sum it up. It's just been crazy and unexpected and unpredictable, but I've been very happy with it. I'm excited. It's not done yet. You know, I plan to do a little bit more here for the rest of the year and hopefully get one more fight in and make a little bit more money and then have a nice holiday with my family.
Yeah, so you're 1-0 in Bellator now. You got to tell us, what can we expect from you without giving away the secret in your next fight?
Next fight, another first round finish. Hopefully this time around a knockout. I would like a knockout instead.
All right, so you got the submission. Now you're looking for the knockout. Now, before I let you go, how long is it going to be until I get one of those Kodiak shirts? Like, what's going on there? I've been waiting in the mail. I don't see it yet.
Man, you know where to go. It's CodyLawMMA.com. CodyLawMMA.com. And maybe we'll have some new stuff here once things settle down a little bit. We'll get some new stuff on there too. But if you're
All
watching
right,
this,
I'll
go
be
buy
waiting
one.
for it. All right.
Okay, man.
So it was a pleasure having you on. Like I said, hopefully you keep up the good work. You're staying safe and getting back to training very soon. And we look forward to having you back on the show very soon.
Good deal, man. Thanks for having me. Appreciate you.
All right. Take care. All right, everybody. You know what time it is. At the end of this episode, we promised we would be releasing the BTG Fighter of the Week from any promotion. We will be doing this at the end of every single video. So for this one, we had some tough competition, but we will mention how close it was. So we had Bryce Mitchell from the UFC was a runner-up. So these guys are just runner-ups in the contest. So Bryce Mitchell, who beat Andre Fili, was a tough opponent, but did not get it done on BTG. So we had some boxers. We had Davis, was also a runner-up, Tank. All right, but the winner of this, you've been waiting for it, From Bellator, he is a Bellator light heavyweight. You know him, you love him. Over time, Corey Anderson. So Corey Anderson was our pick because he's been going through a lot. Excuse me, I fix the mic here. He's been going through a lot, made a promotional change, but he's stuck with Coach Mark Henry throughout the difficult times. So the reason we picked Corey Anderson, his last fight, excuse me, his last fight did not go his way, but that did not mean he stopped there. It was his second main event in his last fight with not Johnny Walker, with Jan Blachowicz. So it was a tough fight. That is actually the former champion, so that is another reason we picked Corey Anderson. Who else to get knocked out by than the former champion? So you know you're doing something right if the guy you got knocked out to is the champion. But the 50 BTGs go to Corey Anderson, who won his Bellator debut by TKO in the second round over Melvin Manhoff. So make sure you stay tuned. At the end of these videos, we'll make them more exciting, more entertaining. We'll be announcing the BTG Fighter of the Week from any promotion. So when we do those polls on Instagram, go make sure you comment who you think the Fighter of the Week is. But we'll be seeing you on the next episode of BTG very soon, right here next week. Stay tuned and